my holiday shopping at once.
Beat that layaway.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm trying to hear. It's live TV, so I'm trying to fix my microphone so that it doesn't bother you guys. You see how obnoxious that is if I do it live? I'm trying to clip it on here. Josh, come over here and clip this up. This is Josh, everybody. Thank you, Josh. This is the professional thing. I had to run over and put an apron on. It's real TV. Thanks, buddy. I like the sweatshirt thing. That's cool. All right, everybody, welcome back into our show. My name is Guy. This is our kitchen hour, and I'm really excited about this because I know a lot of you have a lot of like wannabe chefs and cooks and people in your life that you want to buy holiday gifts for, and you want to get them more kitchen stuff. Not everybody wants electronics for the holiday. Well, let's leave it to our good friend Wolfgang Puck to bring you some of the most amazing gifts out there. And we're going to start you off with what I think is one of the most giftable things you can give anybody, which is his high carbon steel knives. These things are amazing, Holden edge, gorgeous to look at, beautiful bolster on them, full tang. They are top to bottom gorgeous. They each come with 5-year warranties. We have colors available for you too. They come in black, blue, cranberry, eggplant, gray or green. I think we have all the colors still available. And what you're gonna get today is not one, all right, so green and eggplant did sell out, so I do have the rest, and we'll go through them again in just a bit. But what this is for you at $10 off, is a 12-piece set. Each box holds 6 knives. That is a beautiful pine box that they're included with. You have beautiful stainless, high carbon stainless steel on the knives themselves, and we'll go through all those features, but you get 2 boxes. So this is 2 gifts of a 6-pack of knives, steak knives for anybody that's gonna love them. Marianne Getz is here, and of course you know Marianne, who always is with us when Wolfgang comes into town. It's so good to see you.
Hi,
and a wonderful chef and author, and she's amazing too. So really excited because holidays are here. And I just did an hour of electronics, as you saw. And I'm like, some people are such foodies, they wanna get somebody something great in the kitchen. And I will tell you, steak knives, kitchen knives are a great gift to give to somebody.
You know, I agree, and I'm so proud that Wolfgang allows me to be here when he can't to show you his wonderful products. Wow. But have you ever thrown a party and you know your husband's gonna take care of the grill, you know the steaks are gonna be amazing, the table is set perfectly, and then at the last minute you say some bad words. Why? Because you're like stuck dragging out the kitchen knives, the mismatched ones, there's the yellow one, the orange one, and it looks terrible. It's just but you have to cut the steak and you have to use a knife that's sharp. I love that he has made steak knives that are not only gorgeous, but that are modeled after ones made in France in the town of Laguiole. The same thing, theirs have a little bumblebee on the part where your finger goes.
Yeah,
Wolfgang put a WP instead of a B.
Let's come in close on the knife too, because I would love it if Marianne would show you the features of these knives as we look at them. Look at how gorgeous. First of all, they're beautiful.
I love the weight of them. I love that nice thin blade because it just glides through the meat. That their gift box in 2 different boxes lets you be really smart because then you can keep one, give one. Or if we had the best colors saying that since there were 12 and they're always been a paring knife kind of person in the house, a lot of us are, we don't really use a knife, we use a paring knife. They said, well, I've got a box to save for my dinner party and then I'll use the other ones as paring knives. But see what we mean? Wolfgang, he has steak houses and he tells the best stories, Guy, of having steak knives that he bought that were really expensive, but they failed to sharpen them. And so one day in the dining room, someone said, Wolfgang, I thought you bought good meat, it's so tough. And Wolf was really embarrassed. And he took it in the kitchen, he cut it with his chef knife and it cut just fine. And then it dawned on him, oh my gosh, it's my expensive steak knives. Went to the dining room, used the expensive knife, it wouldn't cut. And he goes, oh my gosh, we've got to get better knives. He designed his own. This is what they are, and they're gorgeous.
They are beautiful, and top to bottom, I'll go through and show you all the individual features, but one of the things I really love about them is that these are sharpenable knives, okay? These are not the traditional serrated knives that you see with at a lot of steak places, which can kind of saw your meat, and they always have a tendency to tear the meat, because even beef, turkey, chicken are all very sensitive meats. They will sort of shred if you use the wrong knife on them. Like, you wouldn't cut your turkey with a serrated knife. You'd always use a sharp, straight knife because that's the way to get it nice and clear. Or you'd use an electric knife if you had that. But if you don't, the regular steak knife for cutting your steak is the best way because this you can sharpen. By the way, excuse me, we also have, I think it's the smoke coming from
I know.
we
We got more steaks cooking.
We got steaks cooking. But anyway, excuse me for that. These are a straight edge, so you can sharpen these with a regular knife sharpener, and we have those sharpeners available for you. And what Marianne is showing you is the packaging. You have Wolfgang's sort of emblazoned signature in the front, the little slot so you can open this and close it, and look at what's inside.
Isn't that the prettiest wood box? I love it.
And this right here, this is $19.95 just for one of them. We're gonna give you 2 of those for $39.95, and they are, as everything else, they are on 6 flex. So let me show you one of the knives close up. Really, and Mike, I'm gonna hold it from my apron so you can sort of see it with the background there, and you can see how beautiful these are. Now, first of all, you rarely see a full tang on steak knives.
Yeah, it's
right?
not necessary usually,
You don't usually see that. Full
extra
tang means you have a continuous piece of metal that goes through the entire knife. That's pretty sharp on my finger. And so that metal, and you can see it there, right? Goes all the way down to the bottom, okay? Also notice that the piece of metal that is used in there is a pretty thick piece. Why? Because they know you're gonna be sharpening these knives over and over again. By the way, these don't come with a 1 or a 2 or a 3. These come with a 5-year warranty. There's Wolfgang's little stamped initial right there on the back. And you can use that. People use it any way they want. You can use it for your thumb when you're doing other things as well. But it's very, very comfortable in the hand. You'll see that it is also riveted. This is another thing that you only see in very, very expensive knives. Most steak knives, to be honest, are pretty cheaply made. If you buy decent knives and you get them from one of the German cutlery houses, you're gonna spend probably $100 on 6 knives. We're doing 12 knives for $39.95. And when you see how they cut versus, a traditional serrated knife, you'll be totally sold on these things. So an extra large set of 12 knives, separately boxed, so you have 2 separate gifts. If you want them in black, I got 113 left. I have a little over 100 in gray. I have 50 left in blue. I'm okay in cranberry. I have about 900 left in cranberry. And then in that sort of an opaque color, which is almost like a silver color, those, which I love, I think those are my favorite, there's about 370 left of those. So
I love them. I love that it's gift box because it's that 2 for the price of 1, where you get to keep one, give one, 2 different gifts. Love that storage. He's never done a gift box that's made out of wood before, but that signature on there, when people open this, they're gonna say, wow. And the perceived value is so much. I think it's so smart when you pick up gifts like this that are on a great price, but you gotta try these, guys. It's like, we say like cutting like butter, but in this case, we really mean it. Where, of course, you're gonna get that steak. You're gonna proudly serve the steaks that you grilled or however you cook them. Maybe they're steaks that you bought here or on our beautiful networks with the frozen steaks that come to your door. You still have to serve it beautifully, and you need a different knife. It can't be a butter knife to cut meat like this. You don't cut chicken breasts or pork chops or lamb chops or steak with a butter knife, like a table knife. You use a sharp knife that's designed for this. And to have them that match just elevates your party, don't you think?
They're very, very elegant, but don't confuse that with being fancy, and that's all it is, because I will tell you that these knives, and we will salt our meat a little bit. These knives are absolutely beautiful, and look at the shine on them and the way that they cut, and you're not tearing the meat. And I will tell you, serrated knives, especially, and I don't know, I don't like getting the big saw knife that a lot of steakhouses.
Why is it so big with the handle that's so...
It doesn't work, really. I mean, you are really hacking up the meat. And if you're if you actually have a very tender piece of meat, one like a New York strip steak or a filet mignon, you want the sharpest possible knife, and the sharpest knife in the kitchen is gonna be the one that you sharpen.
Yes.
Or the one that, and these will come razor sharp when you get them, and you won't have to sharpen them for a while. But you can get, I think Wolfgang has a knife sharpener.
He does, a beautiful one.
You wanna get one of those. To me, you do that about every 8 or 10 times that you use a steak knife, because it's not like your chef's knife, which you use on a daily basis and you sharpen every time. But what Wolfgang did, because he knows that you're going to be sharpening these, is he made them not only durable, but he made the tang of steel thicker, not only for the durability and weight of it, but so that you can sharpen it over over and over and over again. And you'll see how beautiful. And look at how perfectly even the slices are that we're cutting, right?
And I love that as opposed to the ones in a steakhouse that are serrated, where maybe they were sharp the first day that the steakhouse got them, but then after that, those serrations, just like Guy was saying, just rip that meat apart, and it's an uncomfortable feeling under your hand. But these gift box is the way to go. What a stunning gift to give.
Look at the colors. And remember, we're only showing you one. You're gonna get 2 of each of these for $39.95. It's only $6.66 on FlexPay. If you know somebody that loves, that's a foodie, that loves to cook or just loves to eat, and you're looking for something a little extra, and by the way, use these all the time. These are not like, sterling silver, use them once a year. Use these all the time. It'd be a shame not to. They're so comfortable in the hand. They're so beautiful. And I agree with you about kind of sparking up the table a little bit. We always have the regular silver. This is so much fun. We have them in all the colors, as we said. We have the cranberry, the blue, there's the opaque, there's the black, and then I think that's the gray. We have all these colors still available. You will get 2 in these beautiful designer boxes. All you need is to order away. And again, guaranteed holiday delivery if you order these. Look at how it goes through that little lamp. Oh my God. Your food always looks so dang good. She's such a good chef, and it's just like, oh my gosh, your food is amazing.
Thank you.
Anyway, and thank you to Wolfgang for these as well. We have a couple of items to talk about with Wolfgang. So want to get to that. Before we do that, coming up a little bit later, actually, I don't even think we're doing a full presentation on the Dash, are we? Are we doing? Oh, we are. Okay, it's the Dash egg cooker. Good. This is the big one, so this is the Deluxe. You can do a ton of eggs inside here. If you're like me and you like...
This is next, right?
You like deviled eggs, or you like, your hard-boiled eggs, your egg salad. Perfect for that, but it also comes with little trays. So you can make little mini omelets. You can make little quiche if you want. All you do is put a little water in, put the lid on, it automatically times out, so you can never make a mistake. It makes your eggs peel easier. And you can make these little wonderful little omelets to take with you. That's coming up a little bit later, and I own that. I don't own that one, but I own the Dash in the red, one of the originals. I think mine only does 7 eggs. I think this one does a dozen eggs. So anyway, it's the jumbo. It's fantastic. That's coming up a little bit later. Look who's whistling over here. All right, I love tea kettles and coffee pots and things like that. I actually collect old percolators. The old one. I actually have one that you put on the stove. That's actually a coffee percolator.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I love it.
Old ancient thing. Was given to me as a gift by somebody, and then a friend of mine, and then I started collecting them. And I have about 5 or 6 of them, and I just love them. Anyway, and a lot of people collect teapots too. But what Wolfgang wanted to do, celebrating 20 years with us at HSN, what Wolfgang wanted to do was come up with something very, very special. Something that was beautiful to look at, but still extremely functional and durable, and that's what he did. This is heavy gauge stainless steel, so it gets to a boil quickly, and it does that because it's got a very thick base. A lot of tea kettles are just paper thin on the bottom, and they don't hold the temperature, so you got to keep reheating it. This one you don't, and I love that it's got the traditional whistle top.
I do too, Guy. I love that.
Marianne.
And I love that he made something that's so elegant. It was for his 20th anniversary. So if you look at the side of it really carefully, it's got that beautiful WP and then 20 on it. But it's that whistling kettle. So you turn it on, go about your life. It's going to whistle and tell you when it's ready. If you love to do iced tea like we do in our home, if you love coffee in a French press like Wolfgang does, I know his French press is sold out, but we definitely want to show. Do you want to go ahead and do that one?
Sure.
Make some French press coffee. You need that nice water. Just bring it to a boil, a couple minutes of cooling while you get the coffee grounds in. But we need something that's beautiful, and leave it to Wolfgang to design a tea kettle that's so functional with that tri-ply bottom, exactly like his cookware, where it's elegant, stunning, a perfect gift to give. Everybody needs a tea kettle, and just so functional and elegant.
So beautiful this is. By the way, I have this French press. It's awesome. So beautiful. I'll just kind of go a little bit longer and let that steep a little bit. But you see how elegant. Whether you're bringing this to the table, right, and you're entertaining, or if it's just something for yourself, it makes a wonderful gift. It's 2-quart capacity, which is the basic capacity of tea kettles. It's gorgeous from top to bottom. When you look at how we have it set up here, the bottom has an extra thick base, and that base is going to enable you to retain that heat, so it doesn't have to always be, on the burner and blah blah blah. So it'll stay nice and warm when you bring it out. Those of you that love to make your iced teas, or you love to make your hot beverages, or you like your herbal teas, you know you want that water to really get to temperature and then hold temperature, you know, while you're serving people, because you're not going to release all the great stuff out of your tea bags and all that unless you get to the right temperature, and that's what this does. Elegant to look at, very simplistic design. It's got, I love the little, it's what is that? It's almost like etched.
It is. It's just that really small edge. When you get it at home, you're going to see it so clearly. But there's a continuous loop of the WP and then 20 for his 20th anniversary. It's that little extra when people open this up and they're just going to gasp and say, oh, it's so beautiful. I didn't expect it to be so pretty. And with that little emblazoned message where you know it's something that's more of a collector's item, he does something like that for every anniversary. So it's such a lovely item to have.
Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, let's pour ourselves. You got me going with this.
I love French press coffee.
Nothing can beat it. Best coffee
It is
out
the best,
there.
I think. And that's more simple.
I mean, it's not for people in a hurry most of the time, but it is when you are sitting around at your house. French press is the best. Yeah, I think you get the best extraction out of the beans, and look how beautiful that is, a little crema on top, how gorgeous that is. All right, well, this was just a quick special, not a lot of time. It's only $31.50. It took $8 off the price, and it's on FlexPay for $5.25. It's 615-141 if you would like to pick that up. All right, we are gonna slide over. Should we go over to our mixer? Come on, Marianne, let's go over to the mixer.
Yahoo.
All right, so I will tell you that if you are a person out there that loves to bake, all right, and you love your cakes and you love your cookies and you love your doughs and your pies and your pizza
I do.
and all that stuff, okay, and you are maybe at a level where you would like something a little more reliable and something that you can really count on versus just a little dinky hand mixer. Which, hey, listen, if you want to make a batter, then you can use a regular hand mixer. Most hand mixers are not going to do pizza dough or bread dough. So I don't care what anybody says. They're not going to do it. They don't have the industrial power to be able to do that. This is an industrial professional style mixer that's going to enable you to mix anything, whether it's cookies with the toughest ingredients, whether it is cakes or pizza dough or bread dough, things that really need the extra power. That's what you're going to get in here. It has about 50 5-star reviews on hsn.com. Our bakers absolutely love it. It's 5-quart capacity, so you get to make real meals inside here and real things, and it comes with everything you need.
It does, and I love that the power is directly on the bottom, comes up through the center shaft. I love that it's lightweight, but where the motor is and with those suction feet, it's so easy to get it out of the cabinets. How many times have you had to lug it out from down low, your heavy mixer, or get it from up top, or maybe even ask your husband to help you because it's so heavy? We don't bash any other mixer. This is just one designed by a chef that's something different that we love so much. My favorite feature of all is that I'm right on top of my work. I can easily see in here and add my ingredients. But Wolfgang added a beautiful scraper attachment, which I have here. So no more having to scrape the bowl, even if it's something sticky like brownies or cheesecakes.
I love that.
He thought of everything. These are the paddles, which look like this. This is the dough hook, and it has its own built-in scraper. I'll show you that in a second. The balloon whisks, 2 of them. So when you have 2, it's twice as fast, which is twice as good.
Yeah.
It's got a beautiful guard that completely covers. Remember in the restaurant guy making whipped cream, and you look over and you're stuck cleaning up a giant mess because it splatters everywhere?
Everywhere,
Not with Wolfgang. He's got a completely sealed lid, so it's something different.
I had a chef that would take his big copper bowl and he'd put his cream in there and he would take it into the freezer because he's like, and he would actually put gloves on, he'd take it in the freezer because he's like, and he would do it he'd do it by hand.
Oh, really?
His name was Nino, bless his heart. And and that's a lot of work. Well, that's a lot of work. And you guys know, Greg knows, as chefs, it's a lot of work to whip cream by hand. You can do virtually anything inside here. Show everybody this, because I have never seen a mixer where you do not have to scrape down the sides.
Not at all. It's got a built-in scraper that doesn't have to be on, but it's simultaneously scraping both sides, so nothing sticks. Nothing is going to make a mess. Why did Wolfgang make this digital? Because here's the thing. If you're using a hand mixer, it's so hard to get something mixed correctly. Why? Because your arm gets tired, you want to go over and look at your recipe, your phone rings. It's just not great, and so your cakes don't turn out as well. They're not as high and light and fluffy and moist. When something is hands-free, you do a better job. But here's the thing, if you have a stand mixer that just you can turn it on and walk away forever, you tend to over-mix things, which is just as bad as under-mixing.
Right.
With Wolfgang's with digital, you set the exact time, and the exact speed that the recipe calls for, it's gonna shut itself off, so no more ruined items.
No guesswork.
Look, our butter, our sugar, and our sugars are already creamed for our cookies. Here goes our eggs. No scraping needed whatsoever.
Watch this. This is so cool.
It's such a beautiful design. Your speed is right here. The plus makes it go up. The minus makes it go down. You can use the guard or not. I'm not using it right now because I want you to be able to see. But see, there our eggs are already in. So I'll go down one more speed. Actually, let me shut it off. So this pauses or stops. We'll add our flour
in.
And remember, this is what likes to make a cloud because it's so light.
And then and then on the fancy mixer, we all know which one we're talking about, which is a wonderful mixer, don't get me wrong. It's about 2 or 3 times the price of this. And it's actually, you really need to kind of be a chef-y person to use that big mix. It's a little challenging.
The head of it, unfortunately, where the power is so in your way. You end up trying to do one of these teetering things, trying to get the last ingredient in.
You have to put your flour in with a paper plate and all that stuff.
It's a mess, or you're spooning it in 1 spoon at a time. Not Wolfgang, look, we're already done.
No mess.
Look, it's perfect. So now we're ready to add all of our goodies. This one has pretzels and jelly beans, which is a really great, that sweet, salty combination. But think of the things that you're going to do. You know what, Guy? I would get this mixer just to make the most perfect mashed potatoes.
Hey, let me tell you this. If you are a person who loves to make cookies, right? Because a lot of you are out there, there's a lot of TV shows on Food Network just about cookies, right? Let me tell you, you need this to make your cookie doughs because it gets right through them, it mixes in, and it does it with having the multiple speeds. You're not breaking up all the pieces that a lot of other mixers will do. Use a regular hand mixer, you're gonna crush everything.
And you know what? It does it beautifully. You don't want to overmix. You don't want to undermix. With other mixers, it's very hard to do either. With a hand mixer, you give up because your arms get tired and you have other tasks to do. This mixer, Guy, for me, is like having a giant pair of strong arms that are ready anytime you need them. And what that does is save you time. Why? Because it frees you up to go look at the rest of your recipe to see what the next ingredient that you need to add. It lets you get so much more done, and that's the name of the game. We will pay money for items that save us time.
Turn that so everybody can see.
No, that's fine. I'll turn it down. So this is a big batch of buttercream.
We'll show from above what we have here. Now, you guys have been whipping a buttercream in here. Buttercream. And I want you to look at this, and then I want us to be quiet. I want you to listen.
It's so super quiet. And what I love, 2 balloon whisks going around. What does that do? 2 is twice as fast. And the other big mixers have 1. Even the ones in the restaurant, 1.
Making it light and fluffy. It's incorporating a beautiful amount of air inside here. So if you're doing whipped cream and things like that, and then look at the texture.
It's perfect.
That is
Can you imagine getting this with your hand mixer? Is your hand mixer smoking from last year when you were doing the baking and you know you've got heavy baking coming up?
You don't mind if I stick my finger in there?
Please do. This is Italian buttercream. It is so silky and perfect when it's made just right. But trying to do this with a hand mixer, forget it. If you over mix it like you would with some of the mixers that don't have a timer, it's really easy to leave it on for too long.
Can you see the consistency? I'm gonna pull it out.
Please do.
Look at the consistency of this. Do you see it? Does your icing look like that? Look at it.
And Guy, don't you think that so many people...
It's like custard.
Some people say they can't bake. I think they've just had a bad experience. If you have bad equipment, it's really hard to do good work. But look at how nicely this buttercream goes on. Imagine what it's going to do for all the other foods. And if your hand mixer is giving up the ghost, you deserve to get something this nice. Or if you know, this is what I love. There are so many shows right now on TV that are all about baking. It's all the rage right now. If you know or love someone, or if you're that person that loves to bake, you deserve to have something that's new, that's innovative, that's designed by the greatest chef of all time, in my opinion.
Take a big bite out of that cake you just made.
But you saw the layers too. They bake perfectly. When they're mixed just right, they come up fluffier, they're not lumpy, they rise level.
You guys, you and all the chefs in the kitchen know this, and I know it just from my own experience, but listen, I was in the restaurant business for a bazillion years, and I can saute anything, I can do all that stuff, I can make the sauces, all that stuff. But let me tell you, when it comes to baking, that is not something you want to mess around with. Baking, really, you need to be more precise. And when you're mixing things, like if you're doing doughs, or you are doing, like a pizza dough, or you're doing cakes, or you're doing cookies, you can't fudge on, you can't cheat.
But if you can read, you can bake. A lot of us don't pay attention.
But you need a machine
that's gonna
do. And to your point, if you try to mix something by hand, you're not gonna get the consistency that you need to be able to get wonderful breads, and then you're making pizzas and things like that, which, by the way, comes with the dough hooks. And are we gonna do a pizza dough?
We sure are.
Oh my gosh,
and
I'm so
you know
excited.
what? The holidays are coming. You want to be able to do all these things. But for your average, for me, prep day is Sunday. I prep my meals ahead. So this is 6 chicken breasts that we cooked until they fall apart. We're gonna shred them in just a few seconds and only on speed 1. So to set your speed, you're just going to come here and you're going to, if you come up here and make it flash, you can adjust the time up or down just by pressing the plus or minus.
Okay.
And then you can turn it on just here, and this is also your pause. You can take down your time as well if you want to do that. But there we're down speed 1, and I want you to watch how few seconds it takes to shred these 6 chicken breasts that are just cooked. And what we're going to do after we shred them, Guy, is flavor them however we want. I'm gonna make some barbecue. I'm gonna make some in a Mexican style. But already it's perfectly shredded, and I mean perfectly. I know.
It's
and
one
look,
of the coolest things I've ever seen.
but you know what? Your mixer can do this. If you love pulled pork, if you want to do meal prep and get ahead for the week, this is the way. You can mix the sauce in or portion it up and have it plain. But if you want to do pulled pork on a Tuesday, when the shredding is not you with 2 forks burning your fingers like so many of us do, this is just a really great way to do it.
Look at how perfectly that is shredded. I was just thinking like chicken for tacos, chicken for beef for tacos, and I love how it came out because you use those attachments. See, I wouldn't have.
And in like 5 seconds.
And the chicken, by the way, is phenomenal. Even your raw, your basic chicken that you make is so delicious. But honestly, you're going to be able to make so many meals in here. Think about making meatloaf. Right? Just something like a meatloaf.
Perfect meatloaf, because I hate getting my hands in there. You got a nice manicure and the meat's all cold and it feels so gross.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Well, we've got our scale because we are making Wolfgang's recipe for Kugelhof. So that's a beautiful bread dough. This could be pizza dough. It could be basic sandwich bread. It could be your favorite recipe, panettone, something that maybe you only make at the holidays.
So is this a festive holiday bread?
It is.
Okay.
It's just lovely. I would say in the genre of panettone.
Okay.
So it's got the fruits in it. This is the yeast and the water. And with this, you can put the guard on or not. I actually let it rise in here too, guys, so I don't have to get another bowl out. So all we're gonna do is start it on speed 1. So it's already set to 15 minutes. You adjust your time just by going up and down here, just by pressing, there's the minus to go down. We actually need about 12.5 minutes, so we'll go up 1. And then we're gonna start always on speed 1 until you see how things are going. So my butter, my eggs, a little bit of flavorings in here. There's the salt,
I can't believe you don't have the
flour.
lid on there and it's not jumping all over.
Of course you can. And the guard is in 2 pieces.
We want to show you what's going on, but I think it's important that you look and see that we have the control of the speed.
2 pieces.
And the speed control is why we can do this, and we can do this in a calm, sort of relaxed way. Now, if you wanted to, you could put the scrapers on, right?
Well, this is the dough hook, and it actually has its own built-in.
to do it.
Let me pause it, and I'll show you what I mean.
It grabs everything.
Well, actually, let me bring it around one more time. This little black thing right here is its own little scraper, and it works just beautifully, Guy.
All right, let me watch this. I love watching dough and smelling dough being made.
Oh, the smell, right? It's just, and honestly, people are afraid of yeast. Don't be. Just follow the directions, put in the right amount. Don't be tempted to add too much or too little.
I love watching it come together.
A gorgeous, gorgeous dough ball.
Oh my God.
And once it's made, and remember, we've got strong suction feet on here, and we're on a table that's on wheels, so it's a little jiggly, but this mixer's not going anywhere. It's firmly on the table.
I would buy this for me, just for pizza dough. Because I love making pizza dough.
You and Wolf.
Is a pain in the neck to make, okay, traditionally. If you don't, now you go to a pizza restaurant and they have something like this about 30 times bigger.
And I'm so glad you said that, because that's where this technology started. These bakeries making giant batches of dough, where it had the two arms for the dough, because that hadn't been done before. They always just had one. So it pulls and kneads just the way your hands are, but a million times better. You would never get this dough mixed as nicely by hand as you will by using a machine.
I love the thickness of the actual dough mixer in there, because that reminds me of, like, you know the big Hobart machines, the big giant mixers that they have out there.
That cost $10,000.
Right, and they use a very, very strong arm in there, because it's hard work. And look at how this is going through it like nothing.
And it's quiet, it's perfectly going. And what I love, Guy, I'm adding all those ingredients you saw, and I'm not struggling with that big head power hub that's in the way on them. I love the mixers. We don't bash them because we love them. This is just a different mixer designed by a chef who said there's got to be a new way to do this. If we put the power directly below this, we get more torque. We get get a better torque without that head, the power hub, being in the way. So look, I'm right on top of my work. If I want to cover it, I can.
This is.
And I actually let it rise. When it's done, I let it rise just like this, so I'm not getting another bowl dirty.
Okay.
We just take it off so that you can see how we're showing off, letting you see the work.
I'm so impressed. And I don't know if you can look inside this bowl and see how clean it is, because that's, now you know you're at the at that point where your dough ball has gotten all the
perfect dough ball.
It's perfect. Look at it. All the ingredients have been incorporated. There's nothing left in there. That is so cool. What are you going to do now?
Well, if you
make mashed potatoes, I'm just going to give you a big hug.
Yeah, and if you go to any of Wolfgang's restaurants, you'll know that mashed potatoes that are perfectly creamy are always on the menu. And they're difficult to do because he wants them done every hour. Very hard to do. But how is the mixing done? How do they get creamy? It's always with the gigantic mixer and always with the whip, so that they whisk for not long, but just enough to get them nice and creamy. So they go into the mixer with the whisks. Always the fattiest thing that you're adding goes in first, so the butter to coat the starch. It helps it not get gluey. But the main thing is enough speed and not too long, just enough to make it creamy. So we're gonna turn it on low.
All right.
And I hope none of these guys fly out. Let me get a guard just in case. But I think we're gonna be fine.
All right, now I want you to
And
watch.
we're gonna turn it on.
So
and not for long.
Oh my gosh, look.
Just enough to get them broken up.
Right.
And then we'll back off that speed and we're gonna add cream today, but obviously you can add whatever you want.
Okay.
Just until they're soft. We like them nice and soft. If you like them stiffer, of course that choice is yours.
Oh my Lord.
I know, right? It's a good day, guy.
It's just ridiculous. And obviously,
And
the longer I leave it in there, the creamier they will get.
Look.
But don't overdo them, all right? Because you don't want them to get sticky.
And I love that the whisk, look, it just sets right on top. Just give it a few taps to get off the extra potato. And then right into your pretty mixing bowl. I hope I seasoned them right, Guy. I would probably have added a little bit more cream. I like them nice and soft, but you're in control. You're gonna make them exactly how you want them.
Yeah, they're unbelievable.
I love that the bowl just twists on and off. So it's just a lift like this.
How does she do that so quickly?
And it just locks on just like that with big suction feet that hold it securely.
You know what I love about this too? I know we're running out of time. It's a great product. You know what I love about this? If you're like my mom's age, if you're a senior, you can't make mashed potatoes anymore because mashed potatoes are hard to make, right? Trying to mash them by hand. You didn't even break a sweat making mashed potatoes. Look at how great that is. All right, if you want this, it's a fraction of the price of the big industrial mixers, but it's going to do all those great jobs for you. $26.83 on FlexPay, free shipping. Thank you, Mary Ann. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Be right back. Stick around.
Here's your Merry update for today. Tick-tock, there's only 9 days left till Christmas, and our Christmas countdown weekend is ending. But we still have great gifts for everyone on your list. So go to our last-minute gift store and get 6 FlexPay on everything. And if you still need a little help finding that perfect something, then join Adam Freeman tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for a special 5-hour Monday night show gift extravaganza. The smartest way to holiday. Find your Merry on HSN and hsn.com.
It's like I live and breathe. Mary.
Poppins.
Everything is possible.
Even the impossible.
Mary Poppins returns, and magic is in the air here at HSN. Go to hsn.com now to shop our collection inspired by the new film. Join us Tuesday at 12 a.m. for the special TV event. See the movie in theaters December 19th.
All right, welcome back, everybody. My name is Guy. Still got you for another about 25 minutes in our show. Hey, listen, if you own our egg cooker, I would love to hear from you. I got one of these. Kelly got me one probably about 2 or 3 years ago, around the time they first came out, and I absolutely love this because I'm a big fan of like egg salad and deviled eggs. I couldn't stand boiling them the traditional way because you never know when they're done. Well, if I overcooked, undercooked, and then they can't get the shells off the dang things. Well, Dash makes it easy with their Deluxe egg cooker. This is what we call the Bow and Go pack. It's ready to go. Everything you need comes in a beautiful box. And if you have people out there that love their eggs, and I'm talking whether they like them over easy, they like little omelets, they like their eggs boiled, they like them fully cooked, deviled eggs, anything I said, you need to get this machine. Its unique way of cooking eggs is just the smartest thing I've ever seen because it uses water, and the amount of water in the little tray decides how long the eggs will will cook. So, and there's little marks on the little measuring cup that tells you just how long you need to cook each egg and how much water you need to put in. What I love about this new version and the updated Deluxe is that you get so many extra accessories that allow you to make these little omelets. You can do little poached eggs. You can make little omelets. You can use it for other things. It can steam vegetables. It's a great rice steamer in addition to a whole bunch of other things. Kelly Deidrin, come out here. Hi, Kelly.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. You know how much I love this machine.
And I love it as well.
I probably use mine every week because eggs are such a healthy food, right?
Yep, absolutely. So it does a dozen hard-boiled eggs, and under the time it would take you to get your water to a rolling boil.
Easily.
Right. So
they're done already.
Yeah, they're done already. So you can see these are all finished, and it does it by cooking with steam, right? So that's the best way to cook eggs. It also makes them easier to peel. As you can see right here, all the shell is just coming right off, and that's because we cooked it with steam. So 70 calories in a large egg, 7 grams of protein, right around 7 cents per large egg across the country, depends on where you live. They're very inexpensive. Maybe this is a gift. By the way, this is on all the national gift lists, is the Dash Egg Cooker, and it's the 7 one. I haven't seen the dozen one anywhere else.
No.
So, you know, if you look at those gift lists, like the top things
I
to
have
get.
the 7 one. I wish I had the big one.
I know, and that's the 7 one. It's all over the national gift list. So it comes with the bow, it comes with the box, it comes with the gift tag. This is the perfect gift for anybody in your life that A, loves to cook, loves eggs, maybe is trying to get healthy, maybe is trying to add more protein to their bodies.
Such a good gift, yeah.
It'll do a dozen eggs in about 15 minutes,
It's fun to use because you take the eggs directly out.
Yep.
And Kelly will show you how to prep them.
do it, yep.
There's a little pin on the bottom of the measuring cup that you actually want to poke a little hole in the egg. That's one of the keys to getting the egg perfectly cooked and also with the easy release of the shell.
Yep.
And then all she does is she just adds water.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So on the cup, which is coming included, it says hard. It'll say hard, medium, and soft. So for your hard, your medium, or your soft eggs, that's how you decide how much water. Then there's that little hole, and all you do is put a little pin in the top.
Just give it a little pin.
Give it a little pin in the top. There's that little hole, and then you want to put the hole in the up position so that's what actually separates the lining of the egg from the hard-boiled egg, making them easy to peel.
Yeah.
And that's important. I think a lot of us hate peeling hard-boiled eggs, and so we quit doing deviled eggs, or maybe you quit doing hard-boiled eggs altogether because you have, you know, finger issues, arthritis, anything where you don't want to peel 800 million little pieces. Yeah. This makes it so much easier to peel because as it steams, it sort of separates that shell from the egg itself, and all you do is you don't have to load 12. You could do anywhere from 1 to 12.
Right.
So if you just want to do a half a dozen, you only load the bottom layer.
And they will handle any size eggs, like the jumbo eggs, whatever it is, doesn't matter, because we get weird questions like that.
Yeah, no,
where people
any
are
egg.
Like, no, it'll work on all those eggs, and it does in a sec. You know what I love about these, and my son Danny loves too, is that when you think about the things you snack on, right?
Yes.
Do you know, and first of all, here's what you do. You could eat a half a cookie, maybe a third of a cookie with the same amount of calories.
Oh, sure.
And you're gonna get no feeling of feeling full whatsoever.
No way.
When you eat an egg is actually very filling.
Yeah, absolutely,
you know,
because of 7 grams of protein.
It's very filling and very satisfying, and so it's a wonderful snack. I love that Kelly does the soft cook. This is my favorite way to eat an egg.
So 7 minutes to
my
7
Lord.
soft-boiled poached eggs. 7 minutes to 7 of them, okay? And you would never be able to do 7 poached eggs in 7 minutes, you know, over a stovetop. You can see how perfectly done they are. You're getting the poaching trays, you're getting the hard-boiled egg trays, and you're getting a large omelet tray. So you can see we did 7, but you could only do 3 if there's 3 of you, or if there's 2 of you and you think between the 2 of you, you'll eat 3. But now instead of going to that expensive brunch restaurant, now maybe you could do your poached eggs at home and you could do your own eggs Benedict. But look at the results that you get. Maybe in your lifetime, you've never been able to cook a really nice poached egg. Look at the results that you get with your Dash Egg Cooker. Perfectly poached every single time. Delicious, tasty, and healthy.
Oh, it's so yummy, and it's so easy to do, and you can't make a mistake. So today, $3 off. It's $4.49 if you want to take it home on FlexPay. And you're not just limited to doing the eggs we talk about. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do with this machine.
Yeah, so I'm just showing you how to load your poached eggs. You put it under the soft where the water is. Right there it says soft, okay? So it's very obvious, it's very easy. You pour the water, and then here's the cool thing. You just mentioned you don't have to do soft or hard. You can actually do it in the shell as well for your soft. So I happen to know that my poached eggs and my soft-boiled eggs take the exact same amount of time. Maybe you want to crack the top off and put little toast points with your soft-boiled eggs. You can do 4 poached eggs and 4 soft-boiled eggs. You can do 2 different types of eggs inside there as long as they take the same amount of water. So incredibly healthy. What a cool gift to give, because it comes with the bow. It even comes with the tag to from. Maybe this is for an office person, you know, somebody that's a coworker, and you know that they're always eating hard-boiled eggs for lunch. Or
you know what? A lot of people will buy these and they keep it at work.
Yeah.
It's easy to clean. You just rinse it off. It's all you need to do, because there's no like greasy mess, anything like that. It just uses water. And then the trays you can just wipe out and wash off in, you know, in a sink at work. But they're ideal for that because you can make healthy meals. You can do egg white omelets. You can do, you know, regular omelets. You can do whatever you want. And look at this. The little tray comes with it.
Yep.
And I want to show you, if we can, look at the size of the omelet that we made in there.
So this was a 4-egg omelet that we just made. It's coming apart a little, but that's fine. You can see how perfectly, it looks delicious. We added all our own ingredients. We steamed our breakfast potatoes at the top of it because it's your steamer as well. So you're getting the large omelet tray, you're getting the small poached egg trays, you're getting the hard-boiled egg trays, and then if we have enough time, I want to show you.
We have 1 more minute.
You don't have to put eggs in it at all, which is really nice and convenient. If you are taking this to the office, maybe you're sick and tired of eating fast food out or spending all that money on fast food. Well, first we did our rice in it, so I'll pop that on the plate, because it's the best rice steamer, so you can actually steam your rice in the bottom. Then we did our veggies on top. Then we did our seafood. Maybe it's a piece of salmon.
That meal that you made.
Look at how much food.
Crazy.
So now it becomes your miniature steamer, and there's no eggs in there whatsoever. So that's a meal for 2 easily,
Probably
right?
more than that,
and incredibly healthy, right?
Look at that. And then, and remember, you can put a little sauce on it.
If it
you
was
need to take the top off. Oh, is it not open?
No.
It's brand new. That's all right. Don't worry about it. You have a little bit of sauce.
And you can add the sauce as well.
Listen, if you want to get this and you want to save $20 on it, get it for $6.95. We have an HSN credit card offer where when you open up a brand new account, you get $20 off your first purchase. By the way, this is also qualifies for guaranteed holiday delivery.
Perfect.
So we will take that, and remember, it comes with the box, comes with the bow, comes with everything you possibly need. Kelly Diedring, thank you, darling. All right, send me some food. Yummy. Anyway, great stuff. Okay, I'm gonna shift gears. Carrie Miletto! Hi, Carrie Miletto.
Good morning.
How are you, love? Let me tell you something. First of all, hi, this is Carrie, everybody. What you're looking at is you're looking at our Holstein Cupcake maker. Definitely one of my favorite items in the kitchen that we have here. I absolutely love cupcakes and muffins and cornbread and all those different things. And this will actually make 12 muffins, cupcakes, whatever, at a time. And they are so easy to make. And how long does it take to cook them?
So 2 minutes to warm up and about 7 minutes till you have your perfect cupcakes
in
popping
less
out.
than 10 minutes, cupcakes.
Crazy, right? Less time than it takes to heat up your oven.
Oh my gosh. And they are perfect every time. Why? Because they cook from the top and the bottom. And they're perfectly shaped. You know, sometimes you make cupcakes and they kind of spill over the side and you gotta clean the cupcake tray and all that stuff. This is so easy, and they are perfectly cooked every single time. It comes to us from our friends at Holstein.
Yeah.
If you are wondering who loves this, everybody does. Mostly 5-star reviews on hsn.com. You have a non-stick interior inside. By the way, do we have the batter bottles available again?
I think so, we should.
All right, we'll put an item number later for those, because those are priceless. Whether you're making these or you're using them for pancake stuff, pancakes at home in your pan. And don't worry if it makes a little.
They always make funny noises.
It makes a little farty noise, but that's okay. It's all good.
It's good fun.
Anyway, you can, and watch, this is how simple it is. So heat it up for 2 minutes. You know what's great about cupcakes?
What's that?
There's no cupcake season. You know what I mean?
I love when you say that.
You understand what I'm talking about.
I understand.
You know what's a good day for cupcakes?
When's a good day for cupcakes, Sky?
Every day is a good day for cupcake. Eddie, you agree with me. Josh, you say every day.
100%.
I mean, listen, here's my thing. I think if anybody, and listen, I know we're all we're big, it's holidays, so we're not as crazy about watching our weight and all that stuff. If somebody comes and offers you a cupcake, do me a favor, always say yes.
Always say yes.
You should always say yes to a cupcake. First of all, it's smaller than a big cake. It's absolutely delicious, and it's one of the things that makes you smile. And you know what else is that? Think about it in all seriousness. Whether it's holiday, whether it's, think about cupcakes for Valentine's Day. Is anything better than giving your girl a cupcake for Valentine's Day?
Look at that.
St. Patty's Day, put the green icing on there. Summertime parties, picnics, beach parties, all that stuff. Cupcakes are great. And you get to make a dozen at a time, like you would on a tray, but so much easier. And I'm not turning the oven on.
No, you are not.
Right?
And because this is non-stick, it's also easy to clean. So like if you've noticed, as I'm pulling these out, aside from maybe a few little crumbs here and there, I really have no mess. And with this, that means that you're gonna get through these so fast, and you're gonna get through your next batch so fast, because that is what's important. Can you move quickly? And I have a friend of mine that actually was doing for a bake sale at her children's school. She was trying to hurry up and bake a whole bunch of cupcakes, and she was like, you don't even know how much faster I was able to move because I had this. Popping out a batch of 12, a complete dozen every 7 minutes means that you're gonna get like 100 cupcakes done like super fast.
Wow.
So that's what she was really excited about. And you know what I love about this too is, you know, you may have seen in the first one, you know, we have a short presentation today, so I'm moving quicker.
Yeah,
but
go, go, go.
You don't have to fill every single cavern in here. You can actually use different batters. You can mix batters. You can fill in, and like we actually do where we put stuff inside. So if you wanted to put, you know, something and bake it inside the cupcake, you could do that. So again, because non-stick, it means there's nothing to worry about. This is the only job you have to do. Fill it, and close it. And that is it. And every time, like, look at this is our chocolate cupcake. Our chocolate cupcake came out perfect, top and bottom. And when I open it, it's that perfect moist interior that you're looking for a baked good. So it comes out perfect every single time, right?
Oh my gosh.
You don't have to be a baker. You don't have to worry about, you know, baking can be very difficult sometimes, and it's a very precise science. So box batter works on this, your own batter works on this. If you have someone in your life that's gluten-free or sugar-free, you can cater to that without a problem and not pay tons of money to get those.
Feast your eyes on these. Now, are these like, what are these, like cheddar muffin?
This is the jalapeno cheddar. So here, it's hot, but I'm gonna take it out of here and I wanna show you. So check this out, yum, yum, yum. So imagine all your soups and stews having a cornbread muffin. And with cornbread, you can really have fun with this. We've even put hot dogs in here before. So we've done like kind of like a corn dog experience, but with the muffin.
You cook these.
Try not to throw your muffins.
I love how you cook these.
Isn't that beautiful?
I like that, that they're just, see, I like my corn muffins like this.
Yeah.
Not dry.
Yeah.
Like on the, I mean, I don't know if you can see this one, but this thing, I mean, look at how beautifully cooked.
It's perfect.
See, that's the way.
Oh, that's the cheese in there. Because that's when you put cheese in there. That's going to keep it like nice. It's going to have that like that's. I don't even know how to explain it, but just it's gonna when you bite into it, it's gonna melt. It's gonna melt in your mouth.
That is just so good. I mean, that is just ridiculous.
That's fine. Hey, good morning, everybody.
Oh my goodness. No, I mean, honestly.
That's 100% true. Look, I have a love affair with my food, 100,000%.
That is so crazy good. That's like the best. That's the best little cheddar muffiny thing I've ever had. That is so good.
All it is we added cheddar and jalapeno, guys. It was really pretty simple. So, and you know, cornbread muffin mix you can find in the store without a problem.
Isn't that the nice thing is that this is easy. We're not doing anything as hard.
Super easy. This is a carrot cake. So again, just from a box batter, you can do that. Or you can, if you have like a family recipe or something of carrot cake that you want to use. This will get you really in the kitchen and having fun and enjoying yourself and not stressing out. And that's what I think I love about this is it makes baking easy, it makes baking fun, and you know, and then it comes down to the decorating as well. So like I love, you know, when you're done with all the baking stuff, then getting down, you know, have you been lately to the bake shops where they do these cupcakes, right? And they actually do this. They put cereal on it. And then they charge you $5 because that is exactly, now all of a sudden, just because they did that, you now have to pay extra. You can do this at home because in minutes, it's plugged in, it's ready to go, and then use things you already have in your pantry.
They're perfect every single time too. And you know, when you are making cupcakes, conformity, you want them to all be the same size, look the same.
Exactly.
You want to be able, oh, now what did you do here? Don't tell me that's like cinnamon roll.
I let them sit a little too long.
That's okay.
We're at the end, I sat a little too long, guys, but listen, here's the deal. That little, you could buy it in the cold food section, those cinnamon buns.
Right.
So, you know, forget the mall, you guys. You can make these at home. I love it. You can never. And this, by the way, is just powdered sugar and water. Powdered sugar and water makes your glaze. Let it go all over and let it sit. And as it dries, it becomes Perfect.
All right, let me just tell you, this is only $39.95, $10 off, $6 and change to get it home. If you love to bake, you'll appreciate this. If you don't love to bake, you'll appreciate this, because I know that's a lot of people worry about things. You can't make a mistake. It takes about 7 to 8 minutes to cook. And remember, not just cupcakes. You can cook anything in here.
Yeah.
You can put most any kind of dough in here.
Yes, exactly. Anything that rises, you can make little pizza pocket type things in here.
Yeah.
You can put eggs in here. You can put, I mean, just so many things. And because it cooks top and bottom, it's gonna cook it all the way through. So have fun, try all kinds of things. Let me know what you're doing. And I love to hear what people are trying.
They get addicted to this thing. They
gosh.
use it every week. And you can use it for a variety of things, even if it's just muffins, healthy muffins, right?
Absolutely.
We're not just talking cupcakes. You can make healthy stuff too.
You can do a bran muffin.
It's fine. You're not going to upset me if you make healthy things. You know, just hide a little, put a little of the, you know, a little of that healthy stuff inside your cupcake, right? Nobody will know. Nobody will know. Put a little flax in there.
Everybody loves
Sneak
a cupcake.
a little flax in.
Everybody loves a cupcake.
They do. Every day is good for cupcakes. Carrie Mileto, thank you, darling.
Thank you.
I wish you could. I don't want to leave here yet. Yeah, because there's so many cupcakes and so little time. All right, still available is our mixer. And by the way, you can make your cupcake batter in this mixer. Let me tell you, here's the deal with this. If you love to make pizza dough, cookies, cakes, pies, whatever it is, anything you like to mix together, whipped cream, for heaven's sake, homemade pudding. Well, you need a machine that can do it. You don't have to go spend $300-400. You can spend half that, and you can get something from Wolfgang Puck that's gonna have the power to get through it. It's $160.95. It's on FlexPay, and they're doing free shipping on that as well. So take advantage of that. You're gonna love the results you get. I'm very, very interested. I just talked to Marianne about getting that for myself, because I love pizza dough, but I hate making it by hand. So anyway, you can do that too. Let me introduce you to a good friend of mine, Mr. Mark Gill is here. So Mark texted me last night.
He did.
And because we didn't get a chance to see each other early this morning, because I was here earlier than he was, but he said, Guy, all I gotta tell you, this thing can cut, man. This thing can slice like nothing you've ever seen. Coming to us from a top brand in the name of Cuisinart. You all know that. I probably got half the things in my kitchen have probably got Cuisinart written on. But you're gonna get perfect slices every time, and it doesn't matter what you cut, whether it's your veggies, whether it's your holiday roast, or even if it's breads and things like that. It makes life so easy. And the nice thing too is, Mark is showing you, you do not have to apply a lot of pressure.
Absolutely not.
Which makes it a safer knife,
exactly.
which is what we're trying to do. And anybody can use this. When you order, by the way, really quick, let me just tell them what it comes with, Mark,
for sure.
and then I'll let you go. It comes in this holding rack. Why is that important? Well, listen, you know, electric knives came out years ago, right? Everybody loved them because they were fantastic. But when you stored them, the knife kind of fell apart, and then one knife went one way, another went the other way. You were always nervous you would cut your finger trying to grab them. Everything is stored on the rack, and guess what? This is a cutting board that comes along with it. So you get the bamboo cutting board, you get the rack to hold the unit itself. There's your little double blades. We're even gonna give you a knife fork so you can look like a professional when you're carving. Hi, buddy.
Hey, hey. So listen, we're gonna talk in just a second why this electric knife is already a 5-star customer pick. We only launched it last week. But before we get into that, listen, let me tell you, when you get this home, run, don't walk to the bakery section, you guys, because nothing out there is going to do a better job on bread than the Cuisinart electric knife. Crusty, soft, makes no difference. And remember, you guys, this is Cuisinart. That means that you know you're going to have the most control that you've ever had in an electric knife in your life, and it's because of the way it's built. Guys, these blades are so sharp and never need sharpening. You can cut through this and the crumbs don't even jump off the bread. Are you killing me with that? So guys, watch this. I'm gonna take you a tour on this knife, okay? You've got a safety button on either side. That means there's 2 of them. It's the only way the blades come out. Press them and out they come. Now the blades are stainless steel. You never have to worry about these. Pop them in the dishwasher when you're done. That means that your maintenance on this is practically nothing. To put the blades back in, squeeze them, pop them in there.
Lock it in.
And your power button is right here, Guy.
Yeah.
But this won't engage until you hit the safety button.
Oh, good. Like
that's
a power tool.
Exactly.
Yep, which is
so
what
listen,
it is.
if this is what your Christmas is going to look like, then you got to know Dad didn't want to carve the turkey because he wanted to carve the turkey. Dad wanted to carve the turkey because he wanted to play with the electric knife. All right? Listen, best slices you've ever had, you guys. Perfect uniform. And listen, because you have a different tool, you can now go the foodie route. So maybe you want to try something a little bit different with your Thanksgiving presentation. Go ahead, find that side of the breastbone that you're going to cut down and just work your way down. And now you've got different presentation options than you've ever had before. Let me go ahead, pop this off here. I'll slide this up front, and you're gonna see even the crispiest skin doesn't matter. So when you want pretty dishes, this is the way to go, you guys. And as soon as we get next door there, I'm gonna tell you exactly what makes this knife so special. But in the meantime, look at that cut.
Mark, you ever watch the barbecue competitions?
Yes,
what do they cut their meat with?
Exactly.
They cut their meat with an electric knife because they want it to be perfect every time, and that's the key. And by the way, with an electric knife, you don't struggle. Now, let me tell you this. Mark and myself have been in the restaurant and kitchen business and in this industry forever. I can pretty much cut anything with a knife. But that's only because I've had 20 years to be using knives. Not everybody has that, and you don't want to butcher anything that you're cutting, especially if a piece of meat costs you $80 or $90 like a prime rib roast.
You got it. So I'll tell you what, let me put the onion aside here just for a second, and I'm going to show you what makes this knife so special. First,
it looks different.
Well, let's start with the blades. This is your typical blade from an electric knife. It's thin, it's short, it's kind of flimsy, it stains the whole 9 yards, okay? Have a look at our blade. It looks a lot more like a chef or a Santoku knife. That means you're going to have more options with it. And by the way, it's a hybrid blade, so unlike other electrics, you don't have to change them. And the bottom line is, you're looking at a 130-watt motor. That's 33% stronger than anything that I was able to find anywhere. So when it comes time for those cuts that you don't think are possible to create those dishes that you've never done,
oh my God,
this is the one for it. Wow. Go ahead and bore that out, and there's the coolest little bowl.
Whatever it is and everything.
So guys,
you went right to the core. That's the tough part.
Absolutely. Yeah. And here's a cool one for you. You want a quick way to cut those tomatoes? Watch what we're going to do. Take 2 plates, and remember, you've got the control with this knife because of the power that you've got, and it's Cuisinart. We all pretty much only have to say it's Cuisinart, right?
Right.
Guys, watch this. I'm not sawing. There's no back and forth. There's no forward pressure. There's no side pressure. There's no down pressure. I'm going to take them right up to this cutting board up front here, you guys. Just perfect tomatoes every time. Watch this. You kidding me with that? Aren't those neat?
That's my favorite trick of the day.
Isn't it? Well, let me show you another one.
All right.
Avocados are the food of the year. You know, it's just the now time. The problem is people don't like putting the knife in there and then doing that round thing, trying to get the pit out, right? So watch this. Guys, you've got the power to skip that process and just drop right through the pit of that avocado. It's not going to quit until it goes through. Now that pit pops right out. And if you want to make fries, go right ahead and just half it again. Now you've got avocado fries, peel that off. But now, the hard stuff's one thing. What about soft? Remember, this is the same knife that cut that pineapple and the same knife that cut that pit. Guys, that's the softest cheese you'll ever see in your life. It's mozzarella. You've tried this. It crushes it. It makes wavy lines on the cheese.
Yeah.
So let me pause for a sec. And Guy, look at that. You're a foodie. You love your time in the kitchen, and you appreciate more than anybody that if it looks good, it tastes good.
Well, Mark and I know, and he's going to keep going. Presentation is everything. Hey, if you'd like this, it's $49.95. Comes to you from Cuisinart. Great company. It's on flex pay. Perfect for the holiday roast. Perfect for anything. One of the things I used to do is I would cut prime rib. That was my job in the kitchen on Saturday night from about 8 to 10 o'clock. And you'd have to remove that big giant bone, which you do with a big, huge, long prime rib knife. You just did that in about 4 seconds.
Exactly.
Now that is gone, you are able to cut slices perfectly every time.
Every single time, you guys.
You are killing me right now.
Look at this. Guys, this is what I want you to do with your holiday dinner. I want you to have those perfect results every time. You know what, Guy? You know what this does? This evens the playing field.
Totally.
This means whether you've been in the kitchen for 2 weeks or 20 years, your results are going to be the same. Isn't that beautiful? That's a cut and a half, boy.
Yeah, and you don't want to butcher something like this. I said this is something that costs you $70, $80, $90.
That was $79.95
yeah,
right there.
I figure, and you don't want to mess that up. Hey, get it home, try it out. You got till the end of January to return it. This also qualifies for a guaranteed holiday delivery if you want to get it home for the holiday. I always loved, you know, when I was young, one of the first electric little fun things we had in our house was an electric knife.
You got it.
I don't even know the name of the company. It was the old school one. But I remember how much my dad loved that thing.
Lined up. He
was like, "What do you? I'll do the turkey.
I'll do it."
Well, because you can't muck it up at all, right? You can't because you don't have to apply pressure, and you don't have to. You're not a butcher, all right, at home. Maybe a couple of you are. Most of you are not.
Right.
So you need help.
Guess what's coming, my man? Here's a job that you never thought possible with an electric knife. Remember, this is Cuisinart. This is 130 watts compared to 100 anywhere out there. This is a hybrid blade that doesn't need to be switched. This gives you options in the kitchen like you've never had. So I'll tell you what,
frozen solid, by the way.
when it comes to dessert time, go ahead and just cut that right there and give it a little spin. And then remember, it's for sharing. So go ahead, no crumbs, no bumps, no lumps, no nothing.
You're my friend,
go ahead.
Mark, you're my friend.
Cheers. That's a breakfast.
right, if you want to get one of these knives, what a great gift to give to. I would. Like, if my son, well, he's not at school. If he's watching now, he's asleep.
Hey, Danny.
This would be a good thing for
Danny.
Dad. Be a good thing for me, and I have all the kitchen stuff that you could possibly want, but I have never owned my own electric knife, and what a great deal, because sometimes you want that food, most times, to look pretty.
Absolutely.
In addition, you spend a lot of money on it, and by the way, you can use it with your cooked foods, your raw foods, use it on submarine sandwiches, use it on steaks, use it on roasts, use it to bone out. You could even use it on fish to take the skin off fish.
You can use it to make
Look
these
at this.
incredible cuts.
Mr. Butterfly.
For a stuffed roast beef. What's that, a rouladin, right?
Wow.
Give that a stuff with a little bit of asparagus, mushrooms and bacon.
You impressed me. All right, Mr. Gill, great job, everybody. Stick around. We got more to come. I'll see you tomorrow bright and early right here at HSN.
So glad you came.
Thank you. Harris, it's time to go.
One more game.
Ah, this stays here.
I'll be here when you come next time.
Okay.
All right, bye, sweetie.
Happy holidays. I love it.
You got time for a quick game?
Only if you like losing.
The appraised values you see at HSN are set by independent, professionally certified appraisers. They determine, as closely as possible, the approximate retail cost of replacing or recreating the item, not the possible sell or purchase price. Because subjective estimates and judgments are involved, appraisals may vary by as much as 25%. Call your customer service rep for more